What's going on? Gary Roberts, ARMTV. Welcome to New Jersey.
What's up?
Hey, got a little taste of the snow, huh?
Yeah, oh man.
All right, Gary, park the car. Come on. Caitlin Bryan, future beast of arm wrestling, and Casey Bryan, another future beast.
Say hello.
Hi.
You guys remember Mr. Gary Roberts from ARMTV?
I remember him from Ohio.
Ohio at.
Yeah. You were doing karaoke. Yeah, that was funny.
Oh boy, impressions of a 10-year-old. That's never good, Gary Roberts.
How old are we over here?
I am 10 in 5th grade.
And you?
I am 7.
7 now. Cool. Nice to meet you guys again.
Thanks.
Okay, let's take a walk out. I'll show you where we first started.
What's the square footage of this place?
About 5,200. If you look up, I got two 24-inch steel I-beams. When people talk about walking the beam, it's probably something similar to that. I'll normally put a ladder up here, and what you're doing, you're not grabbing the beam, you're clamping, pulling yourself up, and you walk to the wall, touch it, turn around, and walk back.
You guys could do that?
Yeah. So we hand walk the beam, put the ladder up, and you go back and forth. Nice for trying to keep your hand from opening up on the steel I-beam. But only some of us can do it. Obviously, Luke Eldridge is not going to be able to do it. If you want, I'll show you the spread here.
Let's show the house. Wow. This is freaking sweet.
Yeah, we got
So tell ARMTV Nation where we're at.
Okay, ARMTV Nation, you are in Southampton, New Jersey. A lot of people think, well, at least Gary did, that New Jersey is kind of like a mini New York. If you take a panoramic look, I'm not a city person. I don't like being around that many people. And if you scan around, this is what southern New Jersey is all about. I'm surrounded by a couple thousand square yards of sod farm. I have a neighbor here and one over there. I got 2 horses. Pretty much we own a 4-acre corner property. I know Scotty Fleming, he's got a real nice spread out there with a lake on it. But
Don Fritchie has a lake.
or Don Fritchie, yeah, he's got plenty of room out there. In New Jersey, you're normally not going to find any kind of room like that. We picked up the lot back in '91. We bought the 4 acres, and then my wife and I, we designed the house, and then we built the house in 1995.
You guys built that house?
Yeah, I had the Amish come in and do the framing. All my exterior walls are all 2x6. You know, we did a lot of the stuff. We subbed out some of the other stuff. Pretty much tried to go low maintenance. You know, vinyl siding, concrete porch that goes around. All the columns are cast fiberglass. I'm going to be ripping these out and putting papers in.
Fiberglass?
I'll show you. This summer I'll probably be ripping all these steps out and we're putting the pavers, EP Henrys in. These are made out of fiberglass. They're not wood. They never rot. So you just paint them and they're good. You know, we have the septic mound here, but I didn't want to have it looks like you buried a whale in your front yard.
What's the septic mound?
I backfilled 340 truckloads of dirt because the septic mound was just a Wisconsin mound. It's 4.5 foot high. So rather than having a hump in the front yard, we just backfilled it and graded. It kind of raises us up a little bit. Gives you a nice spread. Nice country style family porch, you know. Porch goes all the way around the house. We rode out to the road there.
Look at that porch, man.
Yeah, you got a nice size porch. And from there you go wrap around right back to the screen porch. So we'll get into that. Come on in, we'll go in the front door.
So those are your horses over there?
Yeah, they're not my horses, they're Mom's horses. I'm not much of a horse person. But she's ridden horses her whole life. Both of my girls show. They compete, they do the Hunter, the Jumper series.
Hey, you got a top roll shirt on.
Yeah, of course, this is only the finest in, you know, in arm wrestling gear. Mm-hmm.
Dude, this is a nice place.
Thank you. Thank you.
You built it.
Yeah, well, you know what? When you're looking around at the houses that are out there, and you know nothing really kind of suits you. Got the front door locked. We went out through the garage. You come in the front. Come on in. This is nice wide forward. One thing about building our own house, we got to kind of lay it out. Open the front door. What do you see? Well, all the guys know when you go to move furniture, 3 foot wide stairs kill you. So I designed the house with all nice 4 foot wide stairs. Everything's it's nice wide open floor plan. You come in the main room, you know, right from the front door. This is pretty much where it's all at.
It's wide open.
Come right on in. Casey, can you go close the door to the garage case?
The big fish.
Oh, that's Jerry. He's a tiger. It's my fish.
Wow.
Oh, that's 100 years ago. I don't know who them people are. We figured when we laid the house out, most of the time you're going to be in the living room.
Say hello to ARMTV.
Hello,
My wife
ARMTV.
Brenda.
Brenda Bryan.
And this is our daughter, Kaylin Bryan?
We already did that.
Okay, all right.
So thank you for letting us come into your home.
Oh, you're welcome.
Awesome.
Yeah, notice that it's her home. We all know that.
Yeah, I had no idea what to expect. This is
No, well, the
crazy.
biggest thing with the layout, either you're in the kitchen cooking in most houses or you're out in the family room. We eliminated that. It's nice open. You can sit here. You can cook. You're still part of what's going on if you're hosting a party, which we kind of do occasionally. People can sit there and they're not in your way, and you're still holding conversation. You know, you're still preparing food, and you're still not out of the loop. Kids can sit there and do homework and everything. Just nice open kitchen, island. And then when we have holidays and you have families over, you know, you need a nice, good-sized dining room. Right?
That you have.
So we always have Christmas dinner here, Thanksgiving dinner here. And I have all the relatives over. Stretch out a little bit.
You have piano players in the family?
Well, they think they are, but, you know, they're working on it. They're taking up the instruments and doing everything, finding out what they like. And most of the time, when we're not working out or working or training, you're in here watching your ARMTV. So we got that set up. We got another laptop because when I'm on the computer, that's when the girls want to be on it. Then we have a third one over there.
Wow, so you got 3.
Yeah, you got to have 3. I live with 3 women. All right, one system is not going to be enough for anything. So it kind of gets us going. Same thing with
I
the.
like the widescreen here.
Yeah, I just picked that up a couple weeks ago. All the better to watch ARMTV. All right, yeah, the 2 brown ones are mine. The black one, my parents just went to Florida to go see my
Look at
sister.
this.
This is the screen porch. In the summertime, this is where it's nice. You just sit and you rock.
You just sit down.
Normally,
No
after
way.
practice, that right there would be Steve Carbone's chair.
Really?
I'd be sitting next to him after practice or training during the week. Sit out here, relax, you know, have a drink after you're all sored up, and just think about where we're going, what we're doing, what drills we can do, what we've seen done. Steve Carbone's chair right there.
Chilling
And,
with the dogs.
You know, just hanging out. And that's what it's about. Think about, you know, we got a real nice environment. We got good people around us. And that's about a little bit more than arm wrestling, you know. We're friends. We're an extended family. I'll have 2 parties a year. I have one for New Year's Eve. And I'll have one in the summertime where we'll have a big cookout, have a couple tables. And people come, they bring the kids, they bring their wives, and we go down and arm wrestle, come up, eat, have a couple drinks, go back down and arm wrestle. But we hang out and you get to know everybody.
Wow, this is
You know? That's what, like I said, I'm going to do the pavers on the walkway. We're going to bring it around. I'm ripping this off this year.
Why?
This deck's about 13 years old. It's about shot. I'd have to replace more than a dozen boards or so. Plus, I want to do pavers, and I'm going to put a hot tub back there, put a fire pit over there, and the little outdoor kitchen right here with the grill and everything built in.
nice yard. We could have a football game back there.
Yeah, that's the dogs definitely have plenty of room to run. And back when they cut the sod behind us, we'll take the quads out and take the girls out with the quads, and we'll ride back there and let the dogs run. And once in a while, we'll jump up a couple deer or something back there. You have wild turkeys and deer all around here.
Cool.
But the girls aren't much into killing animals, so you know I haven't hunted in about 10 years. Into the grill. Yeah, this is the just the master bedroom. And just regular bedroom. Nothing big, just a little bit of room. We got the gas fireplace. You know,
The 4-poster bed.
gotta have the big bed. You know, we're big people. We're not little people. You know, Brenda's almost 6 foot. I'm about 6'1",
I like the
6'2".
dresser.
Yeah, that's
Big bathroom.
you gotta have a bath. This is the master bathroom. So you got the little
Oh,
garden
wow.
tub. You got the walk-in shower. You know. So you want to get in the tub, you get the tub. You want to get the shower, you get the shower.
You did it right, man.
Well, as I said, if you're designing and building it yourselves, we are not allowed to show you her closet because that's a mess. But that in and of itself is its own room.
Really?
That thing is huge.
It's a big closet in there?
That closet is actually as big as the whole bathroom.
Really?
Yeah. Like I said, then I have a little closet. That's mine.
A little closet.
That's what I get. She gets a room, I get a little closet. You know. You know, just a little get up.
Oh, cool little what are those called again?
Oh.
There's a name for them.
Yeah, I know. They're her aunts. I forget what they're called. Not Kimmels or Gimmel. I don't know.
Kimmels or Himmels or Hemmels?
Hummels. Hummels, that's what they are.
Yeah, those are collectible.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. Her aunts. Her aunt moved out. They went to Maine, I think. So we're keeping them. They don't have the room for them.
Oh, that's a
And
nice
then
collection.
when their daughters get old enough, you know, we'll give them back to them. But for right now, we just got them. It's easier to display than pack them away. This is Casey's room that we're redoing. We just painted the walls, just put up new border. Her furniture, half of it's on back order. But if you saw that big box I was building out there, that's going to actually be her headboard. And then we're going to put a horse mural above it.
Casey's the
youngest.
7-year-old.
Yeah. So it's going to be a mural of a horse coming out of the barn, and then that box I'm building is like a big tack trunk.
Yeah.
So, and then they go and they have their own little bathroom.
Oh, we got show ribbons.
Oh yeah, they got lots of horsey show ribbons.
Wow.
Like I said, we used to
So
be
we like
Disney.
horses in this family.
Well, it used to be Disney and princesses. Now both of them are into horses. So we just had to redo the rooms.
So what do they call this? The shared bathroom thing?
I don't know, shared bathroom thing.
There's a word for it.
I don't know. It just made sense.
More
And
ribbons.
having the two girls, they got their own bathroom. That way, I don't have to deal with it. Otherwise, you know, I have my main bathroom, but of course, that's really mom's. I get used.
Oh, they each get their own flat screen.
Oh yeah, well, Christmas, you know, Santa Claus comes to town. And then this is the Casa de Gary Roberts here.
House I moved in.
Gary moved in, made himself cozied up.
Yep.
He's all squared away.
Got my workstation already.
He's got his own TV hookup, and he might not leave. I don't know. He might extend the trip.
I think there's room for me if I wanted to stay.
And then the room over the garage,
Oh,
just comes in.
that's a
That
nice
just,
little photo.
that's for Kaylin's communion, yeah.
What's this?
That's the laundry chute.
What?
Just throw the clothes down
That's
there.
a laundry chute.
You just throw your dirty clothes
I
there.
thought that was
And
in hotels.
yeah, well, look at it. It is the hotel. The Hotel de Bryan. This way, when the girls have dirty clothes, they don't leave them in a pile. They just drop them down there, and it drops them into a basket right next to the washer.
Wow.
And this is the playroom.
Dude!
This is the room over the
It's
garage.
It's the Four Seasons over here.
This is Arlene Sargent. Last time they were down, she says, "Look, I'll just move in. I'll be your living maid. Just let me live over the garage." You know, great time. But this is normally when we have guests come over and they have kids. The kids will be up here playing most of the time. And you know, they got their own little thing going. They got their TV. They got cable run up here.
What a...
You know, they live large.
They are living large.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, New Year's Eve, we had like 30 kids up here. Between here was the Wii and some other stuff. The first floor by the fireplace, we had a karaoke for them.
What I'm most shocked is how clean it is.
No, Mom runs a tight ship. That's the one thing. You know what? If your kids are going to make a mess, teach them to clean it up. There's no reason parents should go around behind their kids cleaning up everything.
This is vintage.
Yeah, somebody gave that to me. I just got to get somebody in to fix the switch and maybe a fuse.
Wow.
But yeah, everything in time.
This
you can't
house
do it
seemed
all.
like it was pretty well.
Here, you want to see
thought
something? Stand back there. Now that's a hallway, Gary.
That is a hallway.
That's quite a hallway. That's the one thing, when we built the house, we drew it up and designed it, you have no idea how big some of this stuff is going to look. And this used to be the wind tunnel before we put the windows in the house. It'd be blowing from the other end of the playroom all the way through and breaking off in the master bedroom. That wind would howl through there. That's some good stuff, you know?
Oh, 5,200 square feet.
Hey, you got to do it right, you know? If you want to play the game, you got to play it right.
So in this house, I don't see much arm wrestling stuff.
No, we don't do that here. We just pretend.
So you must have some of that around here.
Oh. That's where we got to go.
So is that like a law? We keep all the arm wrestling stuff?
Yes.
Yes, because then we keep all the stink downstairs.
Yes, that's true.
Wow, where am I going here?
All right,
The
hold on,
sign
let me put
says
a
it
couple
all
of
here.
lights on.
Wow, that's a nice looking sign.
Well, it used to be all cinder block up until about a year and a half ago.
2005 left to right hand champion.
Yeah.
That's a nice looking sign above your
Well,
dungeon.
this used to be nothing but cinder blocks to call it. This was the dungeon.
Oh, look at that trophy collection.
So then, you know, you got to do something and move on. So
Look at that collection.
Yeah.
Oh,
when we
wow,
finished this
what?
up, I made a nice here, and underneath, all storage for all the coolers and all kinds of outside stuff. So it kind of dresses up a storage area.
Look at that's a nice presented collection right there.
Oh, that's all good. Come on, guys.
Wait, hold on.
Go
Let me
ahead.
get it.
Soak it.
Wow, so that's a presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've seen the trophy collection, but that's a presentation.
You got a
Of
couple
the
back
trophy
here.
collection.
These are WAF Worlds from 2005 in Japan. These, I got 2 gold medals from Mohican last year, but I was only in the Masters. It was 3 days before my hernia surgery.
That's a nice collection, Jim Bryan.
Yeah, you got my Arm Wrestler of the Year.
I could stare at that for a while.
There's some bling bling.
That is bling. That's bling. That's arm wrestling bling right there.
But that's what,
that's-
these are what, I always wanted the lumberjacks. I always wanted the arms. You set a goal, you attain a goal. I always wanted a national title. Okay, national title, then you go to Worlds, got work,
Wait, stand there. Let me get a shot of that.
All right.
Wow, I'm jealous. Okay,
But
and
that's nice. But this is where all the planning, the practicing, pretty much.
Whoa.
Rather than standing there in front of that, this is normally where we're standing. Have all the guys and the girls that we train. We're talking about grip. We're talking about stuff. We're trying stuff. We get wiped out over there. We come here. On this side, you have, you're drinking your water. Take a couple minutes off. And look, here's what you're doing wrong. Here's what you're doing right.
I'm coming to Jim Bryan's house to arm wrestle.
Well, look down at the.
We got the.
Oh no, that's nothing. That's just for show,
That's pretty though.
baby. You gotta go with your crown and bada bing.
Oh Lord.
We'll be getting into this a little later. And if we run out, I got a couple extra backup bottles of Crown. A reserve. That's mine.
You got 2 refrigerators.
That's the fridge.
What is your heating bill, man?
A couple $100 a month just for electric, and then the freezer, storing all the steaks that you need to build the muscle.
Jim Bryan.
Oh, we live in large.
Wow, and a little singing machine action.
Oh, a little karaoke going. When we finished this off, we kind of made it a lot nicer than I thought. And the one thing that, if you're going to have the bar, you got a little pantry over there. Storage. I put all your storage and all your stuff in here.
Machine.
I'd have my Christmas present to me, 52-inch LCD Bravia.
That was your Christmas
Merry
present?
Christmas to me, my Sony Bravia.
Oh man.
Got to have it going on.
Jim Bryan.
Just got some state police memorabilia and some
The
knickknacks.
nation just got envious.
Oh, dude, but this is where it's at. This is where we get the work done.
Whoa.
You got,
So there's
married with the kids, can never get out to the gym. So I remember they'd be in their, little bouncy swing and hanging up on the beam, come down here and work out, and they'd be jumping, carrying on.
Wow. 'Cause you got the setup, man.
Yeah, you're missing part of the setup. Now, what do you think you would do with that, Gary Robbins?
It looks like some sort of pull-ups or something.
Some kind of pull-ups, man.
I don't know.
And some kind of pull-ups this way, where you pull and you walk. Flat finger here. Couple of pull-up bars there. Pipes going up. Pipes coming down.
What? We got pipes going up. We got pipes going down.
Different pressures on your wrist, gripping, pulling, locking down, pulling in. All kinds of toys over there.
Michael Todd just got to run for his money.
Well, you can't see none of that. That's all good stuff over there. You can't look at that.
Oh man, this looks like this has got the training apparatus equipment wall here.
All kinds of toys over there. Oh, come here. You got to see some of these.
Ooh.
You'll like this.
Hold on, let's see.
Over there, see, you got the little dumbbells over there. That's the ladies' dumbbells. These are the boys. These are husky boys. These are men's. These are evil. Now they are mostly the back three
What are those?
are for wrist curls.
Those are not. You can't lift those.
Yeah, well the 185. Back before I tore my wrist cartilage in Brazil, I was doing the 300-pound in the back.
What?
Yeah. Right now, this little
How heavy
105.
is-
That big one's about 300 pounds. This is about 105. You would have the 2 guys would hand you the 300 pounds because it's that big, and you would crank it and just start going, trying to crank that thing out. Yeah, this little one is nothing. A lot of guys make the mistake. If you look at the dumbbell, These other ones have these tiny little thin handles. You don't want to do thin handles. If you're trying to work your fingers in your grip, you can have the biggest, strongest bicep and shoulders in the world. But if your fingers can't hold it, you can't use it. You can only use as much power and strength as your hand and your wrist can hold. So instead of trying to get a 600-pound bicep curl, if you can't hold 100 pounds with your wrist, you can't use it. Best thing, a lot of people will grab it around. You take your thumb, put it around it, now it's all fingers.
Jim Bryan's a dedicated arm wrestler by...
Now, that won't open. You know you can at least torque 105 pounds of pressure on that hand, and it's not going to open. Start moving up. And you start doing it with a thicker grip. If you can't use the thick grip, this is the biggest secret going. Pipe insulation. Let's try something. Gary Roberts. I'll hold the camera for you. It's around, all right, like this. It's 40 pounds.
Right.
Nice and easy. Then I want you to grab it this way, with this on there, and you'll feel the pressure coming out of your fingers more.
Okay.
All right? Gusto, baby.
Scary Roberts ARMTV. We're down here in Jim Bryan. Well, let me tell you, it just got competitive in the training room area. I think Jim Bryan just gave Michael Todd a run for his money down here. Okay, what am I doing? Just grab it?
Yeah, now put your thumb around with your fingers. Because now you're just holding it with your fingers. Now just pull up, do a shoulder row. Nice and easy. Couple of them. See how easy it is because it's in the middle of your hand. Now put that thick grip on it. Now once you put the thick grip on it, bring your thumb around with your fingers just like you did. And it's going to try to roll out on your hand a little bit. Oh, come on. Now see, don't drop it. If you want, you can put your thumb around, that'll lock it in. Try that. Put your thumb around now. And now squeeze that. Because now you got to hold it with your squeeze. It's a lot harder doing it that way, but you're going to feel more in the fingers. Same thing if you're going to do it with your bicep curls. Guys will sit there and they'll do their wrist curls. They'll have their leg up too high. They'll be doing this. Well, all the weight's coming down on their thumb. Put your leg down. And now with this thin grip, it doesn't do anything. You know? Put the thick grip on it. Or hold it here, right on your fingers, and wrist curl it up. When you do it this way, it's really putting a lot more pressure on your hand, your fingers, and your wrist. That's why, then you start moving up to the big boy handles.
That's a big dog. Dude, are you sure you used to lift those big ones over there? How the heck do you get that together like that?
It's threaded on the end. And you got the bolts in. You don't want it to spin. If it spins, that bar's spinning inside there, it's really not rolling your fingers out. This is bolted solid. Now, if you're going to pull it, that weight's going to roll. You have to hold it with your fingers and then roll it back in. If that bar spins, like on a little Rolling Thunder, if that bar spins, it's not really putting that much pressure out. Yes, dear. You lock it up, it can't move, it can't spin. So the weight has to be wrist curled in. If the weight's spinning, you're just spinning the handle around it. So you get more pressure locking it in. Don't drop it on your toe, it'll shatter it.
There's no freaking way, dude.
Gary! Alright, Gary's a train wreck here.
There's no way, man. I can barely pick it up. Dude, what? I can't even move it. Who's wrist curling those back there?
Right now, nobody. Right now, I'm doing the 185, completely off the leg, about extending my knee to here, and lifting that 185, working my way back. So,
Ta-da!
I'm sure you've seen plate grippers, right?
What?
I'm sure you've seen plate
Yeah.
grippers. Okay? A lot of people make a mistake with a plate gripper. Most of the guys that you'll see, they'll come over to the plate gripper and they start pulling up and they're using shoulders. They're working their back. If you do it seated, sit down. I'm far enough away, I'm not using any back. Now you're just squishing with your fingers. Do a one-hand hold, Other hand. Do like a set of 5, hold it for 5 seconds. That's a little light, but. And look in the mirror, make sure you're not leaning forward. You can look, make sure everything's.
Can I talk?
Most people come in and start lifting with their back. Stay far enough away where you're only closing your hand. Forearms start ripping up. Now, you know if your forearms are ripping up that you're just using fingers, you're doing it right. You ever tried them, Gary? Whenever you're ready. Oh, Gary! Okay, get it, squeeze it, and then you're ready. Now you're ready. Go ahead. Go ahead, squeeze it. Boy, that looks almost like an arm wrestle motion, doesn't it? He's a machine. Now, what you were doing, a lot of guys are putting their weight here. Nobody arm wrestles from here.
Yeah.
You don't arm wrestle like this. You arm wrestle with your weight out, your arm out in front of you. So if you're going to grab it out there, keep it outside of your body. And now it's all pull.
I couldn't do that. I needed the leverage on my leg.
Uh-huh. But the handle makes, that's part of the big difference. Another thing, a nice 2-inch bar. You just squeeze fingertips and do pull-ups.
And that thing.
Easy. Same thing with this. Strap a 45-pound plate on you. Get to the end and touch your shoulders. There's so many ways to do pull-ups. Pull-ups is all your pull down, all your back pressure, everything coming in that way. Nothing moves. Just hand and wrist. Easy. Just little finishers like that. Come on, wrist curl the wrist in. Oh, Gary. Come on, that's.
What's up, Christian? He's trying to kill me.
Finish it up.
Name and location.
Ossining, New York. Christian Binney.
Who would live in a city
Pulling
named
with Team
Ossining?
New Jersey. Team New York did not invite me Thursday to practice. So I come down to Team New Jersey,
Where you belong.
where all the strong guys are. Ain't nobody strong up in Team New York.
Last minute. It was last
No,
minute.
it's not. They never invite me on Thursdays.
John Vinacore.
John Vinacore.
What's up there, Mr. Roberts? How are you?
Man, I'm in New Jersey. Check
Yes, sir. Absolutely. This is my son Josh, for anybody that doesn't know. How you
it.
doing?
Josh Vinacore.
Good up and coming
Hello, sir.
strong 14-year-old.
John Vinacore. What's going on, man?
Oh, just here to show you some of the magic today. The magic that is John Vinacore.
Came to work out. How far are you from here?
About 50 minutes, almost an hour with traffic.
That's not bad.
We make a weekly pilgrimage every Sunday.
Marshall crushed Tim Brethren.
I saw on the results. Top roll.
Harley pull for
Top.
you.
Top
For you?
roll, baby.
Harley pull for you and Mike Bowling.
So you're coming. You coming on early?
I don't know if I'm going. You don't
I
know
can't. I
about
was
that
getting-
yet.
I wanted to go to Harley Pull. I was getting ready to go to Harley Pull. Casey's Communion, April 19th. You know what? Maybe I'll let John go and win one. It's a refuge away from life, you know? Everybody has got problems. Everybody's got troubles. And, you know, you're only as good as your support base. A lot of people, this is their support base. Oh, no. Who let her in here? Arlene. Arlene Pfeiffer. And, you know, that's the one thing. You got about 15, 20 people that come down here and they're on and off. Maybe they don't make it for a week or two. Maybe they miss a month. But then they can't wait to get back down here. And everybody's in different stages of their life. You got some young guys that are starting out, you know, not sure which direction to go or what would be a good decision. You know, everybody's got problems from time to time. That's what you have your friends for, is to pull you through.
There's no reason to not be a national champion when you got a home base like this.
Correct.
If within an hour or two.
And
Yeah, if I was-
you'll probably see, we got, well, Dave Mount, he's a two-time Masters national champion. I think this year John Vinacore is going to make a run. I'd like to see Luke take it up. Luke Eldridge, he's had a great start this year. He's been training his big butt off. He wants to go out there and show people how good he is, and finally, with this job, he might be able to travel a little bit. No one knows how good Luke is outside of the Northeast, but they're starting to find out. But the travel would kill him. He can't do it. Yo! Mike Barradine. Michelle. Michelle, what's going on?
How's it going, Jim?
I'm going good.
Name and location.
Mike Barradine, War Minister, Pennsylvania.
ARMTV Nation.
How's it going?
Nice to meet you, sir.
I don't know.
Why do you have that garbage in your eye?
Because I can.
Who's this?
Flyers, bring it over
Michelle Walter.
Michelle, Gary Roberts, ARMTV. Hello.
here. Rah. Have you guys been doing anything at all training-wise?
Who's this guy?
Some Jimmy's got going here, huh? Someplace.
Isn't it?
House is unbelievable. The whole thing is.
Christian Benny arm wrestling.
How are you?
I haven't seen you do that in a long time.
Arm wrestle?
Yeah, move your arm like that.
I don't know, right?
Most of the time,
Last
you
time he
just,
saw it, it tore.
for the last 2 years, you've just been standing in the background.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
You feeling strong?
I feel real strong. As long as I stay healthy. Screw all the other lefties. Travis, all 241 pounds of you. Is that how much you're going to weigh the rest of the year, Travis?
Sue Fisher, Fearless Hills, Pennsylvania.
So you're within training distance.
She's a national.
Yes.
Sue, you have a national title, right?
Yes.
There you go. You got.
How far are you from Jim Bryan?
About 40 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad at all. All in driving distance, right down 206.
Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
You want to talk about being national champions? You got 3 of them in the basement already, baby. And it's only going to get better with with John Vinacour and Luke kicking it up. We're going to explode down here. Arlene, do you have a national title? For a second.
Somewhere, I don't.
Name and location.
Did you ever win one?
Oh, Arlene Pfeiffer,
Could be
Mount
4.
Holly, New
You got
Jersey.
4, Gary.
New Jersey.
4 of them down here. It's been a while since she's been down. Life gets in the way. Now
Are
you
you an
come
arm
back.
wrestler?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, if you get a minute, there's a nice poem on the wall that was written to me by this lady after they started training with us.
Where's that?
And I think she needs to reread it as well. For when life goes bad, you belong and get your butt here.
Where is it?
Show them the poem.
In camera.
Okay, it says sometimes in our lives we will meet those special people who come along and make a difference in our lives. But they will never know this because we tend not to appreciate or acknowledge what they have done for us. And they will probably never get the thanks that they so greatly deserve. So this is a thank you you so greatly deserve, and hoping that you know that your kindness does not go unnoticed or unappreciated. Thank you for taking a chance on me when no one else in the world would, for always helping me in every way that you possibly could. Thank you for opening my eyes to be more confident and believe that there is nothing in this world that I cannot achieve. Thank you for the many things that you have taught me, for just seeing who I am, but all that I could possibly be. Thank you for lifting my spirits by knowing the right things to say, for helping with my achievements every step of the way. Thank you for being there to push me when I thought I couldn't go on, for helping me become the kind of person who is confident and strong. Thank you for your unselfish willingness of your hand you always seem to lend, but most of all, thank you for just being a friend. Thank you.
You wrote that?
Yes.
Really? Why did you write it?
Because there was a time in my life when I needed some confidence and reassurance that I know I could do something that I've always wanted to do and liked, and Jim brought that out of me.
Awesome.
So,
Gary Roberts, nice to meet you. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming out.
thank you.
Mike Barradine. I've seen you've been a member a long time, haven't you?
About a year.
Well, thanks for supporting the nation.
Of course.
Thanks for coming today. How far are you from here?
Probably about an hour. Yeah, it's about an hour.
So this guy belongs to you, huh?
Yes, at times. On his good days. No, he's actually a good kid. Very proud of him. He's come a long way. Got a long way to go. A couple years before he hangs with the old man, you know.
So I've been hanging out with Anthony Snook.
Yeah, my
That's-
little
that's-
nemesis there
Yeah,
from
he
upstate.
wants-
He wants a
says
piece, huh?
He says he wants it.
That's all
He
right.
says you've gotten a couple wins on him lately, and he wants it back.
Well, he's more welcome to, I'm not a hard guy to find. You know where I'll be.
Really?
Matter of fact, tell him to come to the Harley pull. That'll be my next big event. First time I'm heading up there to Ohio.
John Vinacour going to the Harley.
Yeah, gonna win me a Harley. Or at least a shot at winning a Harley.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
right.
All right.
I just come to lift weights, even though there's no weight on the bar.
How long you been arm wrestling, Mr. Christian Benny?
I've been arm wrestling since 1988 in the New York State Police Olympics. Took me 3 years to win it. Ray Darling ran it for the Police Olympics, got me involved. I only did righty.
You only did righty,
righty.
but aren't you dominant left?
I
Isn't that what you prefer?
hurt my right arm. I tried arm wrestling lefty at the '95 New England Championships. Won it. Went into a couple more tournaments. Jason Vale invited me to practice in '97 in March '97. June '97, I broke my arm. I think everyone knows that by now in the arm wrestling world. And then started back up in '99, won a couple tournaments, and started back at the '01 Harley pole.
Mr. Mount,
Mr. Roberts,
what's going on, bro?
how you doing, buddy? What's
Thanks
going
for
on?
coming over to the training.
New Jersey.
Thanks for coming down to do some training, Miss Garbo.
How you doing there, Mr. Roberts?
Awesome.
How's it going?
Cool, getting a little hospital. All right. What?
Gary Roberts, we got new people coming in here while you were on hiatus upstairs watching High School Musical. We got more arm wrestlers you need to introduce yourself to.
Against Nick
We got
What's your name, sir?
Nick Santeri,
Where are you from?
Columbus, New Jersey.
You're from New Jersey. Gary Roberts, ARMTV. Have you heard of ARMTV?
Nice to meet you. No.
no cups, no drinks in the weight room. That goes over on the bar. I got a 13
What are you doing?
hanging out.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Bob Strano.
Are you driving that red car outside? That's you with the Slim Fast in there?
Yeah.
I knew it.
You're from Team New Jersey, too?
This is my boy, Nathan.
Hey, what's up?
Nathan, say hello to ARMTV Nation.
Hello,
Bam.
ARMTV
You
Nation.
an arm wrestler?
No.
Not yet.
Well, let me feel it. You feel the grip. All right, all right. So how old are you, son?
13.
13 years old.
What's up, cool? And I'm telling you, I'm not real happy about it. Oh my God! I actually had to pay for this thing.
I cannot believe that you have this training.
Dude, now it's just, actually we have a couple more guys coming too. I remember this is a last minute change practice. We're still missing like another 8 or 10 people. Dude, look around. Yeah, just warm it up a little bit. You all hot? You got a couple more coming in the other side.
I'm moving to Jersey.
Pumped up, baby.
You gotta have a little arm wrestling, 3 tables, Lincoln Park. Ah! Ah! It's all good, good people. Everybody's pulling for everybody. Everybody's helping everybody. That's the only way we all move up as a group. And collectively, I'd put our group up against anybody on or off the table. No, warm up means slow. Warm up. No. It's my house. I can't even get on a table. I can't even get on. That's the big boy table, and I'm blocked out.
Here yet.
Yeah, we still got more guys coming for a last minute Sunday practice. All because ARMTV wants to be in the place to be.
Nice place, huh?
Congratulations, Gummy. You're a beast. I heard nobody even gave you a run. That's because I wasn't there.
Yeah, right.
Dude, nobody slowed you down yesterday.
Nah.
Nah.
No.
Gummy's been training too hard.
Think about it. What are
too
the
long.
chances? How many states is North Carolina away from here?
4 states.
It was like 24 hours ago I was filming this guy.
But that's
Arm
because
wrestling.
his team is training, and he will be here for his team. It's not. This isn't Jim Bryan's team, New Jersey. It's all of our team, New Jersey. That's our. We just happened to train at my house.
And you just drove back up today?
Yeah, well, we drove back, stayed at Sean Turner's house last night, and then I left Sean's house close to about 10 o'clock.
Gummy Bear.
You're finally here after 2 months.
What's with the gummy bear phrase?
That's my nickname.
If he would win a tournament when he was starting out, Dave would promise to buy him the biggest bag of gummy bears out there because he's a big gummy bear. Costco. And it just stuck. Every time he would win a tournament, he'd get like a 5-pound bag from Dave. Again, we've been together for years. No matter what. You know, like I said, people drift away and come back again.
Yeah, remember we pulled together as a novice?
Yeah.
That was about 8 years ago.
I was going to be. I ain't beat him yet.
You're still a
Your
novice,
day is
right?
coming.
He's still no. No, worse. He's a master's.
Oh, the master's novice.
You're 40 and I'm 100. I'm taking you out.
Are those for fingers? What are those?
Yes. Fingertips.
You can do that?
Yeah. Everybody down here can. You want to see somebody can do pull-ups? Now, 2 years ago, Dave Mount could not do a single pull-up. He's throwing himself over the bar. He's
You can do
almost
pull-up 2 years ago?
I could never. No.
What do you think about that cup? Maybe that's something I should start thinking about.
Travis showed me that.
Are you putting the palm in a certain spot in the hand? Is that what it is? Right? He couldn't do a pull-up 2 years ago.
No way. I don't believe it.
Oh, yeah. His back pressure's doubled, and actually his fingers and hands are a lot stronger now. He's a machine now. I kind of have an open practice all the time. I've invited Justin Copa. Mike Osif has been here. Snook, anybody that wants to come here, all they got to do is just throw a call in.
So anybody wants to
Yeah.
make a little
Now, Dustin Morgan, he's a guy that would be in my class. And I talked to him at a tournament and tried to help him out just with what I saw. And I said, look, I don't know your style, I don't know anything, but you're going to be going into a super match with Charles Fisk. I've pulled Charles. Here's what I know if you're interested. And, like most arm wrestlers, I don't know an arm wrestler out there that would say, no, I don't want to know anything. They're like, really? Well, what do you think? I said, well, you start going back and forth. Anybody wants to come here and train, they come and train. We've had Solaris Georgie, they've been down. Christian's down, Angel Kozame. Angel and John Vinacore are rivals on the table during a tournament. We'll come down and we'll practice and we'll laugh and have a great time. Last time I think we put a big pot of chili on and we all stayed for like hours, just hanging out. Dan Fortune and I, he had a challenge match with me. Came down afterwards, all right, where did I screw up? What did I do? Where do you think I need to work? And to me, it means a lot that they value my opinion to come down here and say, well, what would you do differently? His fingers to try to open his hand.
Oh my God. Jim, you get up
Don't drop it on your toe.
Watch your toes.
You did it wrong. It spins because you can't contain it with your fingers.
That's a lot more than what a lot of people do right there.
Sue knows, I think.
Yeah, but did you see
I tried it before.
Don't drop it over.
I never tried it.
Well, let's just keep spinning.
I
I
tried it
can't,
like 3-4 years
can't
ago.
keep it. Got it up about an inch off the ground. There it is. Oh, he's a beast.
Listen, correct me if I'm wrong, but my impression is that you kind of like this sport a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? It's a reason to train, to try to keep pushing yourself. Once in a while, you get on the table in front of a couple hundred people. No one wants to get whacked in front of people. You get on ESPN. No one wants to get whacked on ESPN. But I'd be training regardless. This gives you something to get focused in. You get good people around you. And there's a good camaraderie. There's a good family unit. It's something you can take your wife and kids. You go somewhere. You hang out with another family with their wife and kids. And it's a common bond, but it's not the only bond.
So are you team captain?
Not really team captain. It's our team. A lot of people say, Jim Bryan with Team New Jersey. It's not my team. It's our team. One person can't make up a team. It's
You kind of seem like the coach a little bit.
Well, yeah. I've arm wrestled pretty long, and I coach. I coach all my kids' sports. I kind of have a takeover personality, I guess. And if I can see something and break it down, I'll explain it. And I can see a lot of things that maybe some people don't see. And I can articulate why I think this would work and why it wouldn't. And other people have different styles. Well, you bring in your style in here, let's see if we can refine it, streamline it, make it a little more efficient, make it stronger. Then think of an exercise to go with your style to make your style stronger.
So how did it evolve that we go to Jim Bryan's house?
My mentor was actually Mike Mignona. Mike Mignona is over in Pennsauken, New Jersey. And I met him back when I turned 30, about 10 years ago. Local tournament, he was having it. I never arm wrestled a day in my life. And went there and I met Mike. And pretty much came across the guy named Travis Bajan at that time. I was 220, benching 460. Figured, you know what, I'm going to take it easy on this skinny kid from West Virginia. Got on the table, ready to go, and man, he whacked me.
What year?
This was about 9 years ago. It was about 1999 or so.
And you didn't think he was going to...
Oh, no, dude, I was 220, benching 460. I'm huge. I'm coming in here going to, wreck the joint. Yeah. Never been on a table, never knew how to grab it. I saw the guys grab the peg. I said, okay, let me try it.
You thought skinny kid.
I won the 199 and up novice. I beat everybody, and then I tried the pros, and that kid whacked me. And Mike Mignona talked to me after the tournament. He said, I can tell by looking at you, you're not used to losing. I said, no, and I know there's a trick to this, because I can take that kid outside, I'll break him in 26 pieces, and I've never seen anybody put me down like that, ever. And he started talking about leverage, and said, why don't you come over to my place? I train on Wednesday nights, and I'll show you what to do. And about 6 or 7 months later, I got a rematch with him over in Pennsylvania at a sit-down tournament, and I beat Travis twice, and I won my first open state title. And I never looked back. I never did novice after that. It's been all pro. And he came back bigger and stronger the next time we matched up, and he got me. And it's just, you know what, that's what the nice thing with arm wrestling. You're only as good as your last tournament, And even then, that's overstated. You're only as good as you are on any given day. Anybody can be beat on any day.
You know what I love is the guys who take this sport seriously. They train, they're focused, they're dedicated. It kind of gets frustrating for me when I hang out with arm wrestlers who say I don't really train. I just go to a tournament once in a while, or I pull once in a while at a friend's house, but I don't really train.
If you are
You
going
guys
to,
take
we
training
take it.
seriously.
Look around. We take it for real. We have a blast with it. The one thing that we do, we train hard. We train clean. If you train right, you're going to make good, solid gains. You're not going to be a hero overnight. Your body's not supposed to be. You're supposed to take time, and the longer it takes to build and grow in the sport, the more it's worthwhile in the end. If you go out, you buy one lottery ticket, you win the lottery. Yeah, it's a great thing, but you know, are you?
Yeah, like you're gonna go.
You know, I wouldn't turn it down. But if you can go out and you win nationals, and you're only pulling for 3 or 4 months, that's no big deal.
You said you train clean.
You train clean.
What does that mean?
There's a lot of chemicals out there. There's a lot of pharmaceutical type stuff out there. There's over-the-counter stuff. There's GH inducers, enhancers, boosters, this, that. There's so much stuff out there on the market. But you know what? You got one liver, you got kidneys, I got family. I'm 40 years old. I'm actually going to be retired from my job in 4.5 years. A trophy's not worth it. If you put the time in, and we put in, well, I mean, we'll train twice during the week with weights, once on the weekend with the table. And you know what? It's a long process to make your tendons shorter, stronger, better. It's a learning curve to learn on the table how to feel pressure, react to pressure. A lot of guys might take some shortcuts. You know, you see a guy, he's not very good, he's not very strong, you see him again 3 months later, he's big as a house, all jacked up like a Macy's Day float. And next thing you know, he's strong, he's throwing everybody around. You're not going to make a gain like that in 3 months. If you're taking something that's going to boost your GH or your testosterone, you can gain and train hard every day of the week and recover and make a year's worth of gains in 3 months.
So what if a teammate comes in, you're training him, he's kind of a novice, a new guy, you know what his weight, what he fluctuates.
I tell him to do it right.
A year later, 3 months goes,
Nate.
and a year later, he's one guy 1 month, and then 3 months later, he's 30 pounds
You
heavier.
can see guys that you actually, I pulled against guys that I pull them, they're big as a house, they're strong, they're immense. You pull them 2 months later, they're small, they're not strong. It's like, how could this guy beat me? Now they're a lot weaker and smaller, and there's not even a challenge. The one thing I like, my performance, I'm pretty consistent. I make gains. Everybody has good days and bad days, but when you see a physical difference in somebody, then they're down, and then 6 months later they're back up again. You know what? A lot of times their muscles are going to get too strong. They're going to blow a bicep tendon. They're going to tear something because the tendons don't grow as fast as the muscles do. Your muscles can get jacked up. Your tendons can only hold so much. Doing it slowly, training the right way, your tendons can catch up to your biceps.
So if you're serious about longevity in the sport,
If you're going to be in this sport for a long time, you want to take your time, do the weights, increase gradually, so your tendons have a chance to stay with your muscles as they grow. And as your skill grows, there's some rotation that you can learn, but if you can't execute it and you try it, you're going to tear something. It takes time to get all your strength, your tendons, your muscles, the whole package, up to where it's supposed to be. I will train novices differently than I'll train some of my intermediate and advanced guys because the bone density isn't there, the tendon strength isn't there. You need thousands of micro tears in your tendons and in your bones before they can handle some of the moves and counters you're going to do as a pro.
how does that work, bone density? If I start arm wrestling, how does 10 years from now my bones get denser?
The more pressure you put on the bones, the more micro tears and cracks you get in it, they heal over thicker and stronger. Your body repairs itself stronger so that isn't the weak point now. Over time, it's like putting a coat of paint on a fence. Pretty soon you got a nice thick, 10 coats of paint on, that bone is stronger, can handle the density now.
It makes sense.
And same thing with your tendons.
Calcium citrate. So how much time does it take to get that bone density going?
After a couple years, if you've trained hard and you've competed and you've trained on the table consistently, after a couple years you're solid, you're probably not going to hurt, you're not going to break an arm. Then you just have to worry about your tendons and giving them enough time to heal themselves and repair. After 2 or 3 years of pulling, you're really not going to hurt yourself in the bone structure. At least I'm not a doctor, believe it or not, it's true, I'm not. It's just my philosophy on it. I'm going to have novices come in here, I'm going to let them take me over, I'm not going to put much pressure on their arm until they get used. Pulling is an awkward angle. I mean, a lot of guys just want to push instead of pull. You have to teach them how to do it correctly, or they're going to hurt themselves. So you have to be careful for a while until they get into the groove. You're missing some good stuff here. Come on, Gum. Now, Gummy just came back from North Carolina for the tournament.
I'm alright.
Well, you've never done that, dude. That's
Watch, Gummy's wrist
gave
will
up
also
his
pop
career
down.
to be a personal trainer and arm wrestle. A no money sport, dude. You're crazy.
He's still a personal trainer. Come on.
Gary Roberts, ARMTV. It's 5 days training, but you work out, right?
Yeah. You want a fair start?
Yeah.
Well, no, Gary, warm up. Go back and forth a couple times. Don't hurt yourself. Now you pull half pressure, and now let him pull half pressure back. You give up a little. Force blood into the elbow and into the tendons. Otherwise, you do it cold, you're going to hurt yourself. I know you just came off a big win with one of your nemesis.
What girl was that?
That's Westbury.
I beat her last night.
But thumb down. What are you burying your thumb, Gary? Who taught you that cheater's trick? Well, you were up with Solaris, weren't you? You're up there with Solaris. That's good right there.
Solaris who? I never heard of him.
Well, he was down here in Kalen. My daughter fouled him out because he kept cheating. Back shoulder in. That looks good. Load it up, guys. Ready, go.
Nice, Gary.
Bang!
Nice.
Match! Gary Roberts, incredible time
Look at that.
He's a beast.
Right, yeah.
Ready, go.
Looks pretty good. Ready to go.
Stay tight. Shoulder behind your head, Phil.
Stay tight, Gary. Stay tight. Get your shoulder behind your head.
See how you lean.
Match. Way to go.
You gotta watch your shoulder.
Gary Roberts, ARMTV. One match and I'm done. What's up with that?
So how's your arm feeling?
It hurts. Wait, as a novice arm wrestler, when does this pain go away?
287 pounds of unadulterated barberness. I just wanted to, do you give him that haircut?
No.
Thank God in heaven. I think that's going to be his natural haircut.
Alright.
You got to keep your shoulder tight to your arm. Load it up. That big hand again. Can't break that hand out.
Tom Taylor, Luke
I think Tom Taylor would be a good match with Luke. Hey, Tom Taylor, great job. I thought Vijay was going to get you 3-0. You proved me wrong, man. Nice job. Stay in deep. You're not going to roll out. Done already?
I'm tiring out, bro. Like last week, I started feeling that with Dave, and now I'm starting feeling that. I'm tired out. They're getting strong.
He's going to get pumped up in about 10 seconds.
That's why I'm gripping low. I want to get rolled out.
Deeper with that hook. Deeper. 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 Roll his thumb open. Come on.
I'm out of gas, man. Shit.
See how my I'm tired?
Those bottom fingers are getting loose.
Don't slip out, Mr. Trino, or else I'm going to call a foul on you.
Alright, in the end.
Tag, you're in.
Come on, let's go.
Left hand, Dave.
Oh, wait till he's done. I'm gonna get.
That's good. Stay there and hold him there. Let him work it.
I was done, bro.
Done, enough.
Strand almost had me a couple of times. Come on.
Oh no, not Stratton.
He did. He was the one that finished me off last week too.
Was it last week? Oh, no, I don't think I was.
Come on.
Come on. Focus.
Tire him out. We'll take a piece of him.
Get your shoulder in, Luke. Get your shoulder in towards your hand. There you go. Keep going, Luke. Keep going, Luke. Shoulder in. Don't sit down. Shoulder in, Luke.
Good.
Now Mr. Gummy just has to learn speed.
There you go. Anything at all?
I think I slowed.
He just pulled yesterday at a tournament. He's in here getting some work done. Yeah.
Come on, get on.
Just curls right around. Bang. He just draws right in, then rolls the fingers with that big wrist.
Right.
What was that? Come on. I don't know. What is it?
Come on, Mr. Strano.
You're not supposed to be winning. It's supposed to be working.
Get it, get it.
No,
this is the kid you're going to get my ass.
Work.
He's doing wonderful.
Work. That's what you do, Luke. Work.
Oh, what are you doing?
Do I get the two-hand advantage? That's it, Luke.
Oh,
yeah.
Game day! Ah! Get him, Strano.
Get him.
Strano. Now he's going to get some work in.
My arm's sore, damn
Come
it.
on, Bob. Come on, Luke.
My arm's shot.
Go, Steve.
Stay ready, go.
Go.
All right, load it up.
Let's go.
Ready, go.
He's mad
I got a second wind.
Oh, look at that. Hey, Jim Bryan, get in there.
What
did he say? He had a break in?
Shit.
Get on him. Get on him.
Come on, roll.
He's done for.
Roll him out. Get his finger strong. Come on. Get your shoulder behind. Get up here. Get in. Get in. Now press through. No, don't drive.
Get him, Josh. Come on, Josh.
Get him, Josh.
Oh, can I be next?
All right, Kaylin, get up there.
Oh, he's having trouble getting Josh.
He's a pin.
Broken arm. Get up there, Kaylin. Quickly.
Yeah.
You, Mr.
And now we got a swinging ankle.
Go ahead.
He stuck the toe. Oh, go.
Oh, see, look, she's cheating.
Go, Kaylin.
She's cheating.
Come on,
Go.
Pin her, Luke. Slam her.
Alright, I just know he
I'm done.
Okay. Let's go.
Let me get a drink. I'll do that. Tiring. Pulling the tournament and then coming here to do that. My arm hurts now. I'm gonna take 4 or 5 more ibuprofens. I already took 4 about
okay.
half
I
hour
thought
ago.
Gary's the only one that took the ibuprofen down here. Stay tight, Gary. Roll him out, Gary. Now give the yell, Gary. Ah!
You see me?
I'm trying. Come on.
Little 19-year-old boy taking you down.
14, 15.
Speed up on Jim Bryan time, man. He hasn't worked his right hand all day long.
Yeah.
Waiting for the very end. John!
Sir.
Come over here, Jim.
He's wrestling the girl.
Yeah. Oh, I want to go over there.
When you're tired out, then you quit. When you have nothing left in you and you beat her, then you stop. Let him hold on to you, hold on to you, hold on to you. Oh yeah, he's grunting. He's got a grin. Keep your elbow on the pad, Eric. Josh.
Keep popping up that elbow.
Load it up.
Trying to dumb her down.
Just can't get that hand.
I got my sweet spot.
Come on, Jim. Get your, just show her behind it.
I just kicked that wrist out.
Tom Taylor, where are you going?
That's all.
This is like,
That's just as bad as cooking.
he's done.
Oh, fried. I'm not worthy. Shot for a couple minutes. Yeah, why don't you sit on top with your wrist over?
Golden. Oh, the third match.
Oh, I told you, that's not helping you.
So we just go like that.
He's got a few years to go yet there, Gary. He's not quite there yet, you know.
Oh, he's going down soon.
I know.
He looks like he's getting tired.
I said, I trained him. He's a monster.
Son wants a piece, I think.
I think
Oh,
so. He's not quite there yet, though.
Hey,
Well, you're the only one there I
I'm
would
feeling
thought could.
it'll be too many years before I How bad do you want a piece of your dad?
Very bad. And then I'm coming after Jim.
You're not allowed to I showed him some of the stuff. So I started doing
That time.
You're not posing for the camera.
Anybody got a sandwich I can
You're not posing for the camera, Mr. Dave Mount.
Anybody got a
Oh, I
sandwich
know
for
you're
me?
not posing for the camera. The camera can't handle that much ugly. Come on now. Next.
That's a lot. Keep moving. Oh, you're not supposed to do that. No, no.
The power of the Soprano!
Jim Bryan's
12 weeks. Dry swordfish. It's no sodium, no fat. Hi, Gary.
Yo,
What's up, brother?
what's up?
Are we good? We okay, me and you?
Yeah, we're cool.
All right. Everything all right, brother? Anything we need to say in front of each other? All right, man.
I'm cool.
You're the man, baby.
Go.
Corey Miller.
I think he's real deal. I like that table setup he's got. And that looked really interesting.
It's like he's got some great wins, but he's still not getting quite the love that, you know, a national champion.
I got wins and I got losses, you know? It's everybody.
So, is he going to win the Arnold's?
I think he's got a pretty good shot at it, yeah.
Corey Miller.
I agree with Jim. I mean, you know, he's been pulling very good. It's a hit or miss on who's going to win.
Gotta be
They're
one-
all great
one
guys.
day.
I mean, you know, maybe he might be a little off that day. Maybe he might be on like when he beat Allen. You never know. It's hard to predict. And I'm like Mush from the Bronx Tale, so whatever I predict always loses. So I try not to throw predictions out of who's going to win or lose.
Yeah, right. I can't beat him. I can't even beat Christian. I can't beat Christian. How am I going to beat Travis?
You never should have
Are you
started
talking
at.
left or right?
Left-handed.
It's normally on
Left-handed.
Mondays.
Right-handed, I don't know. I've never pulled Travis right-handed.
You also got to understand there's going to be so many other guys.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
So many good guys I think are going to be at the Harley pull, you know. It's an endurance thing. I just want to say one thing, Travis, I love you. You know, I'm busting your chops. Will you show up at 241 pounds? Love you, brother. Love you like a brother.
He's going to the Harley.
No,
I did say I'm also with the Harley pull. Harley pull right here. Go to Mike Bowling's Harley pull, the greatest tournament in the country.
I'm hoping Nick Zena's there because I would love to pull him again. Because Nick Zena.
That's what it's all about, Mr. Gary Roberts. That's what it's all about.
Bring it. There we go. All right, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, thanks for coming.
Should have done that in the
Thanks.
practice.
Good to hear.
We're here for people left.
Goodbye, ARMTV. See you soon. Gary, you're the man. And we squashed
Now,
everything,
you think you
everyone.
could run
So.
a 15 with 100 pounds?
And Travis, love you, brother. We're always tight, you know.
Back then,
Guys
at a
always
100-pound
make
pack,
up
you
for
never
stupid
know.
Be
shit.
nice to me on the board.
No, if you did,
I'll
because you
always
had
be
100 pounds
nice,
on
you
you
know
now.
that. I was nice. I was helping you out. Hey, Travis, love you, brother.
New Jersey State Trooper. State Trooper for 21 years.
What's the state trooper?
New Jersey State Police.
And what?
Actually,
what's the primary goal of your job as?
My job now, I am in the private detective unit. I license and regulate all the PIs and security companies in the state. I'm a detective sergeant first class.
What is? Hey man, you gotta slow down. I don't know what this. You license PIs. What does that mean?
I do the backgrounds and license and regulate all the private detectives in New Jersey and all the security companies.
So if I want to be a private detective, I got to go through you. And
Shit,
then
you ain't getting it. You're denied.
Well, I mean, just saying. What do? You got to make sure I'm a good guy.
We do all the backgrounds on them. We license them. We regulate them. We flag the prints. If you get licensed, you go out and commit a crime, we get notified immediately. We pull your license. If you're out there doing stuff you shouldn't be doing, we're the ones that go out and either pull your license or regulate the way you do it, do inspections, make sure you're complying with the administrative codes and the laws. And if you're not, then we pull your license. If you're operating without a license, we're the ones that do the investigation and lock you up.
So if you operate without a license as a
Correct.
PI, it's against the law?
Correct.
What happens to me?
You can go to jail.
I go to
Pay a
jail?
fine. Actually, I was one of the co-authors on the legislation that separated the private detective and security industry. So I have experience writing legislation, wrote the administrative codes, set up all the training protocols that are required to become a security officer. Because now, under the law that we wrote, it was signed into law back in 2004, all the security officers working in the state are actually credentialed themselves. They're flagged, they're fingerprinted, they're backgrounded, and they have to pass a minimum mandatory training that we created.
What came first, arm wrestling or police work?
Police work.
You're a police officer
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, I was on the road for a while. Had a great time. Had a blast.
When did you know you were going to be a police officer?
It's just something I wanted to either be a football player or go into law enforcement. And I had a couple of scholarships for different colleges. And I had a couple $1,000s I got in grant money for playing football. But nobody was going to guarantee the 4-year ride. So I went to county college. I had $2,000. I think the associate's degree cost me about $1,500. While pursuing that, I took up criminal justice. I was interested in it. I was digging it. And I said, all right, well, who's the best force to be with? And back in the mid-'80s, best law enforcement agency in the country, one of the best, was New Jersey State Police.
And you happen to be from New Jersey as well.
And you have to be a resident to apply.
You have to be a resident of New Jersey to be a New Jersey
State Trooper. And that's what, from the time I took the test, it took almost a year till I graduated the academy. About 3,000 people took the test when I took it. About 300 went into the academy. And 4.5 months later, they graduated 173 of us.
So, wow.
About a 50% dropout rate. It's one of the hardest academies in the country.
What is the academy like? What do you got to do in there?
What don't you got to do? You're running. It's like your 6-week boot camp, but now you're throwing in 28 Seton Hall credits. You're taking college courses while you're in the academy. You're taking it at that level. If you get less than a 70 on a test, you're kicked out. If you don't make a run, you're kicked out. If you break your nose or break a bone when you're in the ring boxing, you get kicked out.
Did you ever come close to getting kicked out?
Never came close to getting kicked out. It's a test of your will, too. A lot of people, some people quit in the parking lot the first day. You're a piece of meat, and that's how they treat you. But it's going to sort out who you are, who really wants to be here and who doesn't. You're fighting for a job.
So it's
about a 50% dropout rate.
You would say it's not easy.
No, it's not easy. It's one of the hardest things I've ever to do.
So when you first graduated, or the day you're officially,
you're out on the road. You're doing
what's the first day of work like? What do they
awesome.
do easy tasks?
For 10 years, I worked shift work for the first 10 years, out on the road having a blast. I don't think there was a day in 10 years I working horrible hours that there wasn't a day where I didn't want to go to work. You're going to work. Most of the guys.
What's horrible hours?
You might be working, 7 at night till 7 in the morning. You might be working all day, work for 4 days. The 5th day, you stay home, but you come in that night and start working midnight shifts.
What does that mean?
Your body doesn't know what to do. No, but you're out there, you're working. A lot of your townships don't have police. You're the police for those townships. There's 120 different jobs in the state police, from flying helicopters to doing the scuba dives to do SWAT, polygraph, blood spatter, crime scene.
So when you get out of the academy, how do you know what actual
everybody's
job
on the
you're
road.
going to be?
You're on the road. You're on patrol.
Oh, that's the first step.
Mm-hmm.
You go on the road, and then from there you have to put in your time and try to go to.
Yeah, and if there's a job that comes along, you bid for a job, you don't get it. It's just part of it's. There was a lot of old school, a lot of tradition. That's what drew me to it.
So back in that day, you responded to 911 calls,
that's
accidents, just whatever.
Burglary, stolen cars, pursuits, fatals, doing it all.
I mean, is that a dangerous job? Maybe
I've had people try to hurt me with guns, needles, knives, crash cars into me, run me over. It's just, but it's awesome.
Are you serious?
And then there's a point in time where, I was dating Brenda at the time, and then we moved in together, and I was still a relatively young trooper, at least I thought so. And after, enough is enough, she's like, look, you let the young guys handle this stuff. You've been in too much. I've been in flipped over troop cars, after pursuits, doing all kinds of stuff. And she was afraid sooner or later I was really going to get hurt bad. And I'm like, hon, this is great. She goes, no, let the young guys do this. I'm like, hon, I am the young guys. I mean, I was doing it 10 years. I got in when I was 20.
So did you feel invincible?
Yeah, but you have to. You can't be scared. And it's a rush. It's awesome. And there's not, you can stop a car with 6 people in it, walk up, and when you walk up there, your presence, you own that car. You own everybody in that car. Because your backup is 20, 30 miles away. Back then when I started, we didn't have portable radios. There were no cameras in the car. There was nothing. It was you. You're out there, one riot, one trooper. You go handle it, and that's it. If somebody's free, they'd shoot by to check on you.
When you were getting into that law enforcement, did you realize you were, essentially putting your life on the line?
Yeah, but you know what? Law enforcement, that job doesn't make you the way you are. The way you are makes you gravitate towards that profession. It's something that, everybody gets scared. It's whether you let it influence you. And I've been one that no matter what's going on, if you keep calm and you got a clear direction and a clear head, you can do anything. But I've always been like that growing up. And there's not many things that are going to scare you. That kind of gravitates me towards the law enforcement job.
So are you always like going through life with that police officer
Yeah.
eye?
I
Like,
can't
you see
enjoy
somebody
myself a lot
driving
of
too
times.
fast and you're like,
No, I don't care about that. But I can tell
taillight
you,
out,
we
you're
could be walking down the street and I can tell you, oh wait, no, get over here, and you'll be why. That guy over there's carrying a gun. People carrying a weapon on them. I mean, we're trained. You can pick on anybody that's carrying a weapon on them by the way their mannerisms are, the way their body. You can read people's body language, and the biggest thing you learn when you're out there and you're interacting with the people, I may ask you questions, and you may think you have the right answers. But I'm listening to your body. Your body's going to tell me what you're going to do. If I'm giving you balance tests and sobriety tests, I might not listen to your response because while you're thinking of the letters or the numbers, your body's going back and forth. Your shoulders are swinging. Everything's moving. You're trying to say A, B, C, and your body's moving around because you're trying to focus on one task. Somebody out there that's looking at you trying to make a determination on what you're doing looks at the total picture. I might give you a task that's pretty easy, so you focus on that task, but then you let your body do what your body wants to do.
I'm sure in 10 years of the street work, you
Well,
have
actually,
some
I was
crazy...
out there a little more than that, but first 10 I was out there.
Well, that first 10, I'm sure there's probably some craziest stories. Do you have what's the weirdest moment that ever...
No, there's a lot of them. I mean,
just too many.
I've showed up at scenes where people were ejected, and you're out there, and, you're finding people in the bushes.
What do you mean?
There's...
Like ejected from a car?
Yeah, and I've been there, and I've been trying to talk to people and assuring them, and I know I'm the last person that they're going to talk to on this planet. You go into situations that are bad situations, you, number one, make sure that they don't get worse, and number two, that you don't get hurt. So some people might go, you know what, this is wrong, or, this cop hit this guy, or this guy did that. Do you know what happened leading up to that? Do you know if he had to chase this guy down? Do you know now that the guy stopped? Yeah, but he just killed 3 people over there. You evaluate every situation that you're going into that, number one, you're going to come out of it.
So you arrested people too?
Oh, yeah. That's.
So
I had people, 20, 30 kilos of coke in the car, secret compartments. I've been on stops where we found compartments with $2 million in them. Shotguns, Uzis, machetes.
Did you ever want to take some of that money and put it in?
No, why? That's, you know what, I used to go out and you used to get to go hunting every day. And you're out there finding the bad guys. You're finding the drugs. You're finding the coke. Everybody's got a life. You don't know where they're coming from or where they're going to. You're interacting with 200 people in a month. You don't know who's good and who's bad. So normally you will treat everybody like they have, if they get a second, they'll kill you. And if you do that, people might think you're harsh or you're mean. Or, oh, he wasn't polite or he didn't, he scared me. Well, great. I want you to be scared of me.
What is this?
That's our bowls that we're eating our chili in.
Oh.
I told you, we got a little something working there.
So what's your title?
I'm a detective sergeant first class.
When you first start out, what did they call you?
You're a trooper.
You're a trooper. And
You're a trooper, and then after 6.5 years, you're a trooper 2.
Trooper 2.
And then at 9 years, you're a trooper 1, which is a corporal.
I mean, once you're a trooper, are you good to go? Can you get fired?
You can get fired off anything.
Like if you just come into work late and stuff,
you're not late. I mean, time doesn't matter, sleep doesn't matter, and you don't get tired. That's what the academy teaches you. You can go. I mean, I've gone 42 hours without sleep before. It's just one of those things. You have to be mentally strong, which now things are a lot soft, warm, fuzzy, kinder, gentler. Oh, everybody's happy.
So your job is easier now?
No, that's a bunch of garbage. That's how they're training everybody now. Because they're not allowed to train you the way they used to train us.
They don't train you tough anymore?
It's tough, but they make it a little more user-friendly. I mean, back when I was in, no, they put hands on. They let a foot go right in your stomach. They trained us with
Shouldn't it be that way?
It should be, but people go, oh, I didn't know they were going to hit me. Well, you're going to the academy. You're going to get hit when you're out on the road. It's just the way it goes. It's like anything. Even the military anymore, the Marines. The elite fighting force, there's certain things they can't do in their basic training.
I went through Marine Corps boot camp in '91, and you know they told it, well, we're not allowed to do this, we're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, but they still did.
Yeah, they still did something.
Hardcore.
So now what are you now compared to a trooper?
Now I'm a detective sergeant first class, which that's the next promotion I would get would be a lieutenant.
So what do you do on a daily basis now?
Anymore, polish a chair with my butt. No, you know, I do everything from handling all the IT functions, designing new systems, talking with the Attorney General when we need a legal opinion.
So is it safer?
That's a lot safer unless we're going to go out to lock somebody up. You got a lot of guys out there running, you know, armed security for hire. They're working out of a laptop and a briefcase. You know, they might be pulling in anywhere from $80,000 to $100,000 a month, cash money. They're not licensed. They're normally dirty, and normally there's warrants on them. They rip people off.
So you got to find those guys?
Yeah, you'd be running around Newark, Irvington, East Orange, Camden, Trenton.
So you eye people up when you see them? You can tell their body movement?
You can't tell them, but if something's not right, it stands out. It's like a big red flag going on.
So did you eye me when I drove up? Was
Oh, dirty.
Was dirty.
I said, this guy, man, he don't have all his faculties intact.
Wow. So you mentioned you can retire in 4 years?
Yeah, well, I have 21 years in, 4 more years to go.
And then will you retire? Or will
Yeah,
you
I'm out. They're gonna. That's the one thing. You know, I've had a lot of friends that we buried that died on the job, guys that I've worked with. And you know what? When you make it, you do your 25 years, you can retire. Some guys stay longer. I'll be 45 years old. They're gonna pay me 65% of my salary to stay home. Why would I go to work if they're paying me 65% to stay home and full medical? Hey, I survived. I did the 25, and then I can go out in the private sector.
So what will you do?
Well, where do you think? If I've written security legislation and the security administrative codes and all the training protocols, and I'm an expert in the field, I've actually turned job offers down for the last 2 years.
So you'll be...
I'll be out there either doing consulting or be working direct. You know, job offers are anywhere between 135 to 150, and I'm turning down now.
Yeah, because you got to get that...
I got it all under the belt, you know. I'm about 7 classes away from a master's degree, but out of money right now, so it's one of them things.
So how did arm wrestling fit into... Was it easy to... You seem
Athletic,
pretty
competitive.
dedicated to train arm wrestling. Did the job interfere with that at all?
No, I actually worked side by side. One guy I worked with, he was on the Washington Redskins, blew a hamstring the year before they won the Super Bowl. We have a lot of guys that are Brazilian, you know, mixed martial artists, ball players, athletes from all over the place, basketball, baseball, football. It's kind of, most of the guys, if you go to a lot of your local PDs, not that we're better, but we all train. We work out. We run. We do the cardio. We hit the weights. Most of the guys from Jersey State Police, you can pick us out. We're normally in good shape. We're normally competitive. We're normally athletic. And a lot of guys were actually professional athletes. And that's just not fair because these guys are different than us.
Have you ever arm wrestled somebody while you were in uniform?
No.
Never?
Nope.
Never?
Never arm wrestled. Never had a beer in uniform.
Never arm wrestled a criminal?
Nope.
Said, listen, if you can beat me, I'll let
We've
you
thrown
go.
down in uniform with bad guys, but no, it's not. Arm wrestling is fun and enjoyable. That's not.
So you take your job pretty serious?
You have to. Hey, we have a good time. We joke around. Hey, there's some good people out there that need a break. They get a break. They want to play games? No, they don't get a break. You know, everybody screws up. It's how you handle your screw up, how you handle your mistake, that dictates how you're going to be treated.
Well, thank you very much, sir. What do we got for dinner?
We got a little bit of chili. Mama, wasn't sure what time we were going to be done and how we were going to plan, so she made little bread bowls. And then we got elbow macaroni you throw in them, and then you throw chili in there. And as you eat the chili, you start tearing the bowl apart. And we got a little red wine that help with the antioxidants and anti-estrogen and whatever. Toasted head Merlot.
How come you don't like the bread bowl?
I just don't like the taste. It's just too bland.
So you got 2 little girls.
Yep.
Cheers.
So I live with 3 women. I'm a beaten down man.